Alright, try a new perspective here. So I got the ditch pretty well dug to here, and I gotta move the tractor. I'm straddling the ditch here. So as you can see there, I'm pretty tight. Hopefully you can see, honestly, yeah. I guess. So I'm pretty tight there. So at any rate, let's try to finagle this thing out of here without falling in a ditch. Alright, well, right there's where I gotta drill a hole, poke the water line through. We've got the ditch pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty damn good. So this is one of the reasons, another reason I would recommend an 18-inch wide bucket rather than a 12. I can walk in this ditch. I mean, if you're a big guy, you'd be pretty tight, but I can walk in this ditch, get down in it, do what I need to do. If it was a foot wide, I wouldn't be getting down in here 4 foot deep. So, you know, that's kind of another good reason to go with a 18-inch wide bucket on these things. One other thing to note is this caution sign here, I put it so that the bottom of the sign, if I have the bucket flat and the dipper perpendicular, that it's at 4 foot, just about 4 foot, pretty close. So that's kind of what I've been using for my depth gauge as I go along here, and it's worked pretty well. Alright, we got the water line all ran. Drilled an inch hole there, poked it all the way through into the house. Got the line coming all the way down. Now, I'm not actually going to put water into this building. I'm going to put it into an addition or a future building next year. But I had to dig this trench to run the gas line. Granted, I didn't need to be as deep for the gas line, but I figured since I was at it, I might as well dig it deeper and run the water line. So I have a huge coil of extra water line in this box here that I'm going to bury until next spring, when I hopefully do the new barn. So that's kind of the game plan there. I'm hoping they can run a gas line, you know, from the meter down into this trench, tee it right here, coil some up in there, cap it, put a valve on it, whatever, terminate it somehow, and then have it go on up into this building so we can get the heater up in here. So pretty much done. Took about a day and a half to do it. Well, maybe not even that. I probably could have done it in a day if I had a full day, but had a bunch of pieces of days. So one long day, probably could have done it. That's by myself. So there we go. That's all for now. Next we'll get the gas in here and then backfill. Got the gas line in here. And I started backfilling a little bit before I videoed it, so figured I'd get a little bit of video of it down in here. Some of the ditch collapsed on me, so we had to run the gas line up above that collapsed portion here. But I'm trying to get it all down in here, get a little coat of dirt on it, and then I'm going to run one of those caution tape things, metal tapes in here, so in case we ever dig it up again, we'll know where it is. I don't know exactly how high above that gas line it's supposed to be, but I'm gonna go about that far above it. Not that you can tell how deep the gas line is, but just get a little video of it here, so if I ever gotta dig it up again, which I don't see why I would ever have to do that. We also went with a really big gas line. In case you can't tell, it's a lot bigger than the one coming in from the road. I believe the one coming from the road, though, is high pressure, and then when it goes through there, it reduces the pressure, and then they'll tie into here and go over to the barn. So that's where we're at. Filling it back in. A little bit of daylight left. Alright, so today's Thanksgiving Day 2020. I finished filling in the trench last weekend, but there was no daylight left, and I haven't been home in the daylight since, so just do a quick video here of the aftermath. I got it filled in. I still got to spread a little bit of this gravel here around here. Maybe I'll get that done today. Threw a little bit of clover down on there because I have that kicking around. Probably not going to grow at all, but probably just be a muddy mess till next spring. But at any rate, it's done, and this weekend I think we're going to start putting some insulation in the barn here. We got our bat insulation that came in, and we're going to go to town on it and see what we can get done in here.